Okay, so I actually pulled out some of my smaller drugstore ones as well, not just the singles, but I forgot a couple of things. So first up, I have the Relove, I think this is the water activated liner in Agile. I forgot to show you guys this. This is fairly new, but it works really well. Do I think it's easier than just like a liquid? No, I do not, but it's pretty inexpensive and it was cool to try a water activated liner. It works really nicely actually. And then I missed a eyeliner that I just picked up from Essence. This is the Stay and Play Gel eyeliner. This one is in the shade, I think, Very Berry. Yes, Very Berry. I think this is supposed to be waterproof and long lasting. Oh my gosh, hello. Anyway, so I should have swatched this along the other ones, but I do like this one. So I do have one more colorful one that I just picked up. And I forgot to show you guys, I'm pretty sure I forgot to show you guys my Moira Beauty. This is the Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. I forgot to pull this out. I have makeup like all over the room, so I've been like gathering it. Anyway, I think this is a good shade. It's just kind of like on the drier side. So I don't necessarily recommend this. I feel like I like an in-between creamy and then dry formula. That one's just like not in between, it's just on the drier side. And then I missed two mascaras that I just picked up recently. This is the Essence Lash Like a Boss mascara. It's supposed to give you instant curl and lift. I don't know, I wasn't blown away by it like when I first tried it. It's okay. I think it's more lengthening than it is like lifting and curling. And this is a new release, so I'm still testing this one out. I don't hate it. One that I'm not really sure I like is also a new release. It's the Maybelline Waterproof The Falsies Surreal Mascara. This one is like clumpy, so you know, you kind of have to like that when you're going for a volumizing mascara. It's on the clumpier side, but it is waterproof. It does work for that purpose. So those are the things that I missed that I wanted to go over. Now let's go over the singles. So I think I will go over, and I'm not going to swatch everything with the palettes necessarily, but I'll probably swatch some of the singles so you guys can see. So what do I want to do first? Let's go over this ColourPop quad here. This one is in Sorbet. I've had this a while. I know that, like, I know, or at least I think that some people have said that these like the quads like vary in terms of quality with these ColourPop ones, but I really like this one. This is like a go-to color story for me. So I'm not even sure they make that anymore, but I did like that color story. I have these from Hard Candy that I just picked up recently. These are their Kaleidoscope Baked Eyeshadow Duos. This one is in Rock and Roll. I prefer this one a little bit more, but they're both like satin shades. So, you know, they're both kind of shimmery. And so, I don't know, you know, what can you create out of like satin duo? I have created a look out of this one. I can't say that it's half bad. This one though in Pickup Line is a little bit different. I don't usually reach for blue shadows. And so because these are both like satin shades, it's kind of limiting. I just didn't like the look that they gave me on the eyes. But I think that they're decent quality. They're just not like overly shimmery, right? They're just satin. So they're kind of fun to play with, and that's probably about it. I have held onto these two for a while because these are my favorite Revlon color stays. This one is in the Maverick, I guess. I don't like these tiny little pans, but I think the quality of the shadows is really good, and I like that color story. And then I have one called Enigma, and I think that this is a pretty like pink and purple one. So those are both good. I like this one from I Heart Revolution in the Nudes Chocolate. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but this quality to me was really, really good. And it's just like, I created this, like, it's just an everyday kind of wearable color story for me. So I have held onto it, and it smells like delicious. I don't know, it smells like, not nudie chocolate, but it smells like something. Anyway, I like that one. I have two of the e.l.f. bite-sized ones. I hate this one. This was a release, I want to say last year. This one is in Orange Dreamsicle. These shades all just look identical on my eyes. Like no variation. The only variation is this one from the other three. And the shades are like so powdery. This quality was bad. One that I do like is the, I think this is the Cream and Sugar. Yeah. This one I do like. I had another one. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I can't remember the color story, but like one of the shades shattered when it was shipped to me, and I held onto it, but it was like the dark shade, and so I really couldn't use the palette anymore since there's only 4 shades in here. I do like this one, so I really should do an eyeshadow declutter at some point and like get rid of this and I don't know, some of the other ones that I just never reach for. I have one from Profusion. I've only used this a couple of times. It looks like it's old as can be. This is just a full-on glitter palette. It's the You're a Gem, Ruby Gems. But I think the quality of the glitter is really good. It just sticks together really nicely. The only thing is wear a glitter glue because the fallout on this is insanity. But I like glitter sometimes. I feel like a little princess. And then I have one from Wet n Wild that I tried this year. This was in my ranking video. I really don't like this quality. This is one of their color icons in Walking on Eggshells. It's just not good quality. Like the pigment here is so minimal on this deepening shade. Ugh, it doesn't last. It blends out to nothing. I don't think Wet n Wild does a good job on eyeshadows. LA Girl, I like this one a little bit more. This is one of their foreplay ones that came out, I want to say in January. This one is Feel Good. You've got like 2 shimmers, a shade that doesn't do anything for me, and then 1 matte. This is a topper too, so it's not, it doesn't do much but glitter. See, it's just kind of wet looking. It's a nice wet looking shade. I have like traveled with this palette because I like the shade so much as a transition and just kind of all over. And then just a sweeping glitter is nice, but I don't know. I wish there would have been like 1 more matte and that this wouldn't have been a topper, and then I think it would have been a lot better. Now on to the singles. I have some love and some hate in this stack here. So let's talk about my loves. This one is the Moira Lucent Cream Shadow in Infinity. Such good quality. So affordable as far as like what you're getting for this. It's a great one and done wet look. I think this like beats your Hourglass Scattered Lights, which I do have. I have a ton of singles. I have more singles in high-end and luxury than I do in affordable, but I think your better option is Moira, honestly. I picked up one from LA Girl. This is their Duochrome eyeshadow in Topaz. I know that LA Girl has done glitter singles before, but I've never known them to do a Duochrome. So I feel like this is new and this just released for them. It is like, it's nice. Like the idea of it is nice. Like it shifts purple to blue. I don't know if you can like really see that. There, you can probably see it better on my finger. And it is powder. It's not a cream shadow. It's literally marketed as a powder duochrome, but it's kind of dry. Like it doesn't pick up well on a brush. It is on the drier side. It is pretty, but like if you don't apply it perfectly, it doesn't look great. I don't know, I'm on the fence about this. I've only used it 1 time, but I'm not over the moon about it yet. Maybe I'll figure out the like trick to getting it to really work, even though it's kind of on the powdery side, and then maybe I'll like it more. Okay, these 2 are the eye lights from Relove from Makeup Revolution. The applicator here throws me. It's like this plastic nub and I don't love it. Like I don't love the applicator. I think that the shade is beautiful and it's super long lasting and it's a nice, easy, workable formula, but it's really, really emollient, and so you have to have the patience to let it dry. And I kind of feel like the applicator is useless. So what I was doing to apply it was putting it on the back of my hand and picking it up with like a shimmer brush, and then it worked well. But I kind of feel like that defeats the purpose in a lot of cases when you like have a liquid shadow like this. But still, it was good quality. Like the end result was nice, and I'll tell you what the shades are after I swatch this one. I like them for how affordable they are. Let's put it like that. Like they're a good formula for $3. This one is in Queen, the more pinky shade, and this iridescent one is in Shine. I really like this iridescent one. Like I reached for this one more than the other one. And if you're like into iridescence, like it's really pretty. It does dry down nicely once you get it to dry down. My favorite though is the one from Moira. I think this is a new release. Yeah, this is their liquid pigments, but this one is like the shimmer formula because they came out with a ton of shades, but some of them aren't shimmery. This is the super hyped liquid pigment in Extra Sparkle. Yeah. Just, oh, Moira, I don't know, Moira, you do it for me, I gotta tell you. Like, Moira is the way to go. Like, can Moira be sold in, like, CVS or something? Can we actually add Moira to Ulta? That would be spectacular, and then I could, like, actually get it as opposed to waiting for their shipping. Although, their shipping isn't bad. Like their customer service is pretty good. Their shipping time is also pretty good. This formula is just superior. Superior even over some of my other like liquid high-end ones because it's so easy to use. It's really long lasting, but it dries so much quicker than the other ones that you don't have to wait on hooded eyes for the formula to dry, and it feels smooth on the skin. Like these ones, as I'm moving my skin, feel tacky because that's how they've dried, whereas this one, like, it moves with my skin. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but it really is just oh, hello. It really just is a superior formula. They're fast becoming like, I don't know, you know, I turn my head every time they have a new release and I'm like, I'm getting it. Then I have one here from ColourPop. This is like fairly new. I haven't even opened it or tested it. It's their liquid shadows. This one is in Supernova. And yeah, also new release, haven't touched, but isn't that beautiful? It's a green to purple shift. I really should test this out. I wanted to go crazy like with the color, but I feel like I should have been smarter and like gotten something that I could wear on an everyday basis, because that's the reason it's sat here so long, is because it's like, okay, when are you gonna get time to use a purple to green shift and ignore whatever other shimmers you're using in a new palette you're testing? So I think I'll like this formula because it feels, I don't know, it feels very similar to the Moira one where it just like moves with my hand, but like it's workable without being too emollient and liquidy. So I think I'm gonna enjoy that one. Okay, can you believe I missed some? I'm telling you guys, I have these like all around my room. I really need to like get organized. So these are the rest of the singles. I have one here from Juvia's Place. This is actually a fairly new release for them. I want to say just a couple of months. This is their Culture Duochrome Liquid Shadow in Fula. It's like worn off on the bottom. I actually think this is a really good formula. It's a really pretty shade, but it's like on the lighter side. Like it doesn't have a lot of base pigment. It's mostly just shimmer. Let me see if I can try and like build this up. But yeah, it's just kind of this wet look, or at least this shade, without having like a ton of base. I was probably just off frame trying to do that. But see how it's just like this super wet, like pretty shimmer, but not a lot of pigment. It's nice, like I like the formula. It's also one of those, it's like a really movable formula. It dries down pretty quickly. I think though that if I'm looking for like a glitter, this one from Moira, and I forget what these are called. Oh, the Diamond Days liquid shadows, also like within the last 6 months, I feel like this came out. This one is in Eye Contact. I would grab for this one over the Juvia's Place. It's a lot of sparkle, like don't get me wrong, it just has more pigment to it, like base pigment. It's just, I don't know. They do different things, of course, but like I'm telling you, superior formula. These ones from NYX are their Glow Shots, and I actually really do like this formula. I don't know why I picked up so many shades, because I feel like you treat this as like a shimmer, that it would be used more like on your lid, and that's not really a color I would go for on my lid, but I actually was using these for like all over. And they're really blendable shades, and they're super long lasting. Like I was using this as like a straight liquid shadow to build depth. That one is in the shade Clementine Fine, and this red one, this is in Raspberry Rave. Again, these are also a really good, like movable, workable formula. They dry down to like a powder finish, but they give you time to work. This one I prefer on the lid more. This one is in Come Through Coconut. It just, I don't know. They're really good. They're like $9, I think. They're not like super expensive. I would prefer the Moira, but I still think that NYX does a good job with these. I have one from L'Oreal. Nobody talks about these. This is a Brilliant Eyes liquid shadow. This one is in the shade, oh, where is it? Diamond Drop. This is also a really good formula and like super smooth. So I would totally recommend these. Like no one talks about these. But anyway, I think this is a really good formula. Okay, so 4 more here. I have one from Ulta. This one is in Silver Leaf. This is one of their lustrous foil eyeshadows. If you guys like a really chunky, really light reflecting shadow, like you should check these out, but you have to like chunk, because they are on the chunky side. You can smooth them out, but like you usually can't do that with a brush. You usually have to like do that with your finger. This has a nice base to it in this silver leaf shade, but it's mostly just straight up. You see that? Oh my gosh, just looking in the viewfinder, I just want to keep doing it. But like when you get so much chunk onto your finger, it's hard to kind of blend the chunk in on your eye. And so like with a brush, it's pretty chunky. You kind of have to like that. This does have a little bit of fallout. It is a super creamy emollient shade. Like it has oils in it or something. So it's a different kind of formula. Like the ColourPop Super Shock has a little bit of oils in it, but it's still a drier formula and than this one. So you have to be able to like have patience to work with it, but it's just so beautiful. I don't hear a lot of people talking about this either. This one from ColourPop is in Birthday Wish. I like this one. I've even hit pan on it. Like it's not hard to do, but with these Super Shocks, they're not very deep. It's pretty, it doesn't have a huge amount of base. It's just kind of this like wet look single shadow. Then this one from Flower Beauty, the Chrome Crush Pressed Pigment. Oh no, what shade is this in? Oh, here it is on the side. It's Quartz. I thought they had like covered it up with these stupid stickers from CVS. Again, no one talks about this, but these are really good. Like as far as single shadows go, like it is a beautiful effect. Some of these have like pretty nice pigmentation. Again, like these drugstore ones, I feel like they kill it over some of the higher end ones that I have. Not to say that some of the higher end ones aren't bomb, but I don't hear a lot of people talk about these and I think they're really good. Last one is from ColourPop. This is one of their Jelly Matte shadows in Drama Zen. It's SZN. You know they bring these in and bring these out so often, so who even knows if this is available. And these dry like super fast. They're not long lasting because they're just this like straight up putty formula. I haven't had this one like super long. It's really pretty. I had another one that was like purple, but it went bad like before I was even done testing it. Like it went bad in like 3 months. Yeah, I took that long to test it. But anyway, I like the jelly much. I don't know. I can't get down with the formula 100% because it's like, it's harder to work with. They dry really fast. They go bad really quickly. They're okay and I like try and love them. I think the Super Shock formula is just better, but also I think these do lock down just a little bit better. That's it for my singles. Let me pull out my eyeshadow palettes. I had a lot more than I realized with the eyeshadow palettes, so I'm gonna try and go through them pretty quickly. Okay, these are the first set of palettes. I probably will have like 4 groups here. If you have ever seen any of my collection videos on eyeshadows, you've probably seen a lot of these. I have a ton of BH Cosmetics, and that's what like comprises a lot of this pile. So the first one that I have is from Relove. This is one of their Empower palettes. Yeah, just one of their eyeshadow palettes. This one is an Empower. I did like order it online because they don't have a Relove section in my Walmart, so this shade did come shattered. I think it's okay. I think it's decent. I would have liked to have seen like a lighter shimmer. I always say that, and yeah, so it's kind of a bummer. Like I don't use this shimmer for much and it just keeps breaking more, so that sucks. But these are again like $3. Here's one from Believe Beauty that I picked up, I want to say in like North Carolina or South Carolina. This is the Golden Disco eyeshadow palette. It's like full shimmers. You guys, I have not even tried this yet, and you have to not mind the state of it. We were driving on like a basically 14-hour trip to North Carolina from Florida, and my son goes, "Mommy, hand me something to play with." And I had just picked this up at the Dollar General, and he likes swatching my palettes. So yeah, he was over in the backseat in his little car seat, just over here, just swatching away. And I was like, okay, he's swatching all over his arm. Anyway, I haven't even tested this out, but it's like, I think it's like a full satin or cream palette. I don't know. Anyway, it looks really good. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. Of course, I will not be swatching all of these, you guys. It was just that one is like a full shimmer palette, so I feel like I had to. I have a couple from the birthday series from BH Cosmetics, Garnet. I haven't even tried. It's still sealed. It's a red color story. I do like the quality of these, but some of them are hit or miss. Like some of them aren't great, and they all come with a pressed glitter. This one is June for Pearl for June, Citrine for November. Like I said, some of these are good quality, some of them not so much. I think the pressed glitter in them though is really good quality on these. They're like fun duochromes in most of them, so I don't know. I kind of like the glitters. I don't hate them like some people do. Like, I think it's kind of a wasted shade if you're not a glitter person, so I don't know, but I like them. Diamond for April. Like, again, this glitter is like just amazing. Like, it's super light reflecting and really pretty. They're actually pretty good quality. Would you guys believe me if I told you I have glitter all over my pants, all over my arms? I'm sure you would. So the little ones over here from BH Cosmetics were releases like when Makeup Revolution purchased them. So they came out last summer, I want to say a year ago, and they were terrible quality. They're not even good for Makeup Revolution. They were so bad. The mattes like barely showed up. They didn't pick up on you. They were powdery as can be, and they lasted 5 minutes. Sorry, I'm not telling you. This one is Iceland. I've held on to them, but I haven't even touched them since last year. Malibu, Miami. I liked this one. I feel like this one was a little bit better quality. Mykonos, not a color story thing because I like fun colors, but the quality was so bad. I don't know, maybe I'll try them again and feel differently. I have one here from W7. This is the Romance palette. Remember I told you guys this is a brand that like dupes other brands. So this one is duping the Soft Glam from ABH. It's not the same in terms of tone, and quality is not as good as ABH, but like the attempt was good. I have one from BH Cosmetics that's not even like made anymore. This is the Give Back Step Up palette. I don't know why, but the quality on this is so good. It's really, really like buttery, soft. They all blend together really nicely. Sometimes BH Cosmetics like has different formulas in some of their palettes. Anyway, I'm sure this was like a limited edition. I want to say something for charity. These two here from Essence are brand new. This is a full shimmer palette in Sin City. I actually think the quality of these shimmers is really good. But like the other launch that they had, I don't know, they might have had more than one, was like terrible. Like the best thing about these palettes well, this palette's pretty good, but this one, like the best thing about this one in Cape Town was the shimmer formula, because these mattes are some of the patchiest things I've ever seen. But look at that shimmer. That's like indie quality shimmer. Like Essence has done a good job with their shimmer formula, but these mattes were awful. And I always get a hit or miss with Essence palettes. I have one other Essence palette here that the quality on the mattes is really good, but this one in Cape Town, you guys, is poo. It's freaking terrible. They overblend. They're super patchy. I have some here from BH Cosmetics. These are from their, what series are these? I can't remember the series, and I think only some of them are still available. So this one is Low Key Love You. I love all of these. The quality in these is really good. Optimistic AF. Let That Shit Go. Cool, like green, grungy color story. This one's a fun, bright blue purple. Do Not Disturb. And Looking Like a Snack. I want to say this is one of my favorite ones. I have one from Pixie by Petra. I wasn't like expecting to really like the formula of this. I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be kind of a letdown, but it really is good quality. Like for everyday wear, it is actually quite a long-lasting formula, and I always get like beautiful looks. The tones are really nice too, like they don't look funny together. So I've been enjoying that. I think that these are actually, I mean, the one that I tried was pretty goodly formulated. Goodly formulated. Whew, boy, when you've been filming too long. This is a new one from NYX, the Ultimate Paradise Shock. Yeah, I don't know why I'm looking on the back. It literally says the name of the palette right on the front. I have liked this formula. I have not been a huge fan of NYX eyeshadows. In the past, I've had other ones that I have decluttered, but this one, for whatever reason, the quality on the mattes is really good. The shimmers are on the lighter side, but the quality on the mattes is like, you know, you have to do a good quality matte for me, I think. I mean, the shimmer formula, I think I'm willing to get over, but not the mattes. So this one was actually really good, and I even think this one's like a duochrome. So if you were thinking about checking out this, like these new releases, because I think there was 4, I think they're worth it. These ones, I forget. Oh, the Poison Shot collection. This one was Scorpion Sting. I would say this formula, not as good as this one. God, what were these called? I can't remember what those were called, but these were the Poison Shock. Again, I think like some are available and some aren't. The quality is okay. It's not as good as these ones though. Then one in Nightshade. This one I wish had like more variety in the purples, but I don't reach for purples that much. That is it for those. Let me get the next stack. Well, I was talking away and it wasn't filming. Okay, this is stack 2. I'm pretty sure I can get all 3 in this one, but this is just like a mixture of different palettes. So these first 2 here are from Flower Beauty. These are their Desert Lights and Jungle Lights all shimmer palettes. If you guys have not tried these, run, do not walk. These are the best shimmer formula in the drugstore that I have ever tried, ever. I think these retail for like $14.99 or $15.99, so they're a little bit pricier, but they're huge pans. They're amazing. Like, they're better than indie quality in some of my indie shadows. I want to say you cannot get this at like CVS because I've tried, at least my local one doesn't carry them, but you can get them at Ulta. That one's the more colorful one. This is the more like pinky and like champagne-y, like everyday wearable shades. Look at them. Look at them. They're so smooth. They're so pigmented. They're so light reflecting. They're awesome. And then I had one over here that I forgot about. Another one that has really good shimmer formula is the one that I forgot about. It's from Catrice. It's the Rainforest Haze eyeshadow palette. I do not like this palette holistically because you get 3 matte shades. Like, that's it. And these 2, I mean, what do they do on fair skin tones? What do they even do on deep skin tones? I'm not even sure. And so this like is a deepening shade for me, but it's so lightly pigmented and it also totally overblends. So it's bad like as a whole, but like the shimmer formula itself is quite amazing. So they do a really good job with the shimmers, and you can use it as kind of a companion palette. It's good quality for that, and that's why I've held on to it. I don't care for the mattes. Another really good shimmer formula is this one from, oh my gosh, JCat, sorry, the Chaotic Element 21 color palette in Travel Night Bokeh. This is a fairly new release for them. The shimmer formula again here is super amazing. Like, these are on the chunkier side, but they're still like super light reflecting, super pigmented, like almost like indie shadows. I hope my swatches did them justice. They're tremendously well done in my opinion, especially from JCat. This is the first eyeshadow palette I've tried from JCat, but the mattes are also really nice in this. So I think this one was a good purchase. This one's, I think, on the pricier side too. It's like, I want to say like $20. I have one here from NYX from the Avatar The Way of the Water collection. This is a pressed pigment palette, so it's mostly pressed pigments. It's a weird formula. It's like putty. It's not like powder, but even though they call it pressed pigments, like a lot of these are, they're just different. They're almost like dry watercolor. It's really hard to explain. And the shimmer formula is like, it's on the soft side. It's subtle. It's just really subtle. It's a fun color story. The pans are annoying though, and they take up so much like space in this palette. I don't know. I did a whole dedicated video on it. It was really popular. I wanted to try the formula. I'm a fan of Avatar. It's just, it was an okay palette. It was an okay palette. I'm not even sure you can like get this anymore because it was a limited edition collection. Another formula, you guys, that's just, oof, it beats some high-end ones. If you have not tried it, you should. There are 3 color stories in these quads. These are their eye service eyeshadow quads from Oma by Sharon C, the more affordable line that you can get in Walmart. But the shimmer formula, again, it's the same formula that she must put in her bigger palettes because they're so pigmented, so blendable. They're quite amazing. Like even the mattes, it's such a good quad. That one, I want to say retails for $10 flat. So yeah, it's not like the cheapest thing ever, but the quality is basically like, you know, skip doing Pat McGrath. Like you can really get some good looks out of this, honestly. I think there are 3, there might be 4 color stories. I was literally in CVS yesterday and I like had my hand on it and I was like, I'm gonna get it. And I was like, don't. Because they're color stories I might not use all the time. Essence Pumpkin Pretty Please was a limited edition in November. This is a better formulated Essence palette in terms of mattes. The shimmers are like, they're on the lighter side. They're soft, they're subtle, they're not like overdone, but they're still good quality. Like this is a formula from Essence that's really good. That other one that I was showing you was god awful. I have two here from Milani. I like Milani's formula, but I wouldn't say that they're the longest lasting. These remind me of like drugstore equivalent Sigma shadows, especially in the shimmer formula. They're just, I don't know, they're everyday, they're wearable, they're on the powdery side, but they're still good quality. That one is Gilded Nude. Did I even tell you like what the color story was for this one? It's in Dreaming, sorry, for the Oma by Sharon C one. This is the Luster Light. I've traveled with this palette. I do prefer this color story more, but pretty good formula. We're back into some BH Cosmetics ones. So I have a larger one. It's the Alondra and Elsie. I'm sure it was a collab that like no longer exists. You can't get your hands on this palette. I think that the formula on this one is not as good as some of the other ones. It's decent. Like, ooh, that duochrome is nice. I don't even think I've used that shade. But I would say like the mattes aren't as good quality. They're just not as pigmented or as like, they don't build as well as I would like in some of the BH Cosmetics one, but I've held on to it because I don't know, something about this color story and the way the tones look on my eyes is really nice. Another one from BH Cosmetics is the Opalescence palette. I find this one to be very similar formula to the Alondra and Elsie, and that like some of these round ones aren't as good of quality, what the hell am I even saying? I am just struggling over here. They're not as good quality as some of their smaller ones. I just find like the quality gets compromised when the palettes start getting bigger. And there's so many similarities in this palette, but it's a really everyday wearable palette, so it is what it is. I have a huge one here from Profusion. You can't even get this anymore. It was like at CVS. I'm sure it was like December launch, Winter Ballroom. It's freaking terrible. It's so bad. These shimmers are god awful. They're like glitter. Yeah, they're straight up glitter. They're mostly glitter in this palette. While the glitter is pretty, it's not easy to work with. They get kind of patchy. The shades are so patchy. The mattes, like I tried using this one, it diffuses into straight nothingness. So cheap. There's so many other Profusion palettes that I've tried in the past that are better. I have two from Moira. This one was their like love letter series, I'm Falling For You. Moira, I've been raving their liquid shadows, but I have to say that their powder shadows, not necessarily my favorite. Like I do like their shimmer formula because it's like soft and nice and easy to work with, but the mattes, I don't know, they're not the longest lasting. They don't overly impress me. I don't know, maybe I'll have to try them some more. But I've worn this palette just a couple of times and it wasn't like an overly impressive palette. I'm gonna have to go wash my hands. I've got like no space left. This one is their Moiraland series, the Magic Dreaming palette. This is newer for them. I like this color story. I think it's really pretty. Again, it's a nice shimmer formula, but the mattes are like, look at my arm. The mattes are okay. This is another situation where like, I feel like I like the shimmers more than I like the mattes. I don't know. Had to go wash it up. All right, last two stacks. These ones are their travel series from BH Cosmetics. This one is Saint-Tropez, pretty and colorful. Hanging in Hawaii, or just Hawaii, I guess. Very neutral color story. I think these are like really good quality. They're super blendable. They're very buildable shades. The shimmers are all pretty light in all of these palettes. Like some are different, like they're not all created equal. Some have more punch than others, but it's okay. This is like an everyday wearable color story for me, so I do like it. Puerto Rico, a lot of these you can still get on their website, but not all of them. This is a fun, vibrant one. The mattes are so good in here that like, dude, I've used this. I have totally used this and it barely looks like I've touched it. The shimmers, maybe not so much. It looks like maybe I've touched like one of the shimmers. Lost in Los Angeles, I don't know, or it's just Los Angeles. This is a fun pastel one. And Paris, deeper kind of grungy one. The Blooming Wings from Essence, I didn't like this. This is another one from Essence that I just feel like is super lackluster. Like these shimmers aren't the greatest. Like, all right, let me dig a little bit. This one is a little bit better than this one. I'm trying not to do such a poop job, but some of them are like on the lighter side. They're not extra. And like a lot of these light shades, not light shades, matte shades are on the lighter side and they just don't have a lot of pigmentation. So I was having trouble building depth and a lot of them look very similar. So Essence is such a hit or miss. Like, why is that not the same shimmer formula as the Sin City palette I swapped for you? Like, why do you make it different? Can't you just use the same distributor? I don't know. These are their Weekend Vibes collection from BH Cosmetics. I don't know which ones are available. I feel like this one is still available on their website. I have not even tested this one yet. So, yeah, let me show you the whole color story. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to try this. I've been getting more into greens lately, but this one is still in the testing phase. This is the Mimosa palette. Just so good. I feel like their Weekend Vibes collection is probably their best formulated series. I don't think they're gonna make them anymore now that Makeup Revolution owns them. They really haven't launched too much in the eyeshadow department, just those little ones. And they've actually had some new makeup releases lately. We'll see what happens. BH Cosmetics is probably now like a division of Makeup Revolution, if I'm, you know, could imagine in my mind. Blueberry Muffin, really blue, I don't know, silvery, so I don't get a whole lot of use out of that palette. All right, the last ones, let me go grab them. Okay, this is the last stack of eyeshadow palettes. This is all of my Juvia's Place and ColourPop ones, and I have one palette in here from LA Girl. So I like some of them and don't like, I like most of them actually. This one is All Things Equinox. I think this is a really good, like, I don't know, just muted kind of purpley brown. I have Wine and Only. I'm not even sure which ones of these you can still get. I feel like you still can get this one. This one is pretty dark. I wish it had a little bit more depth between like the matte shades, but I think it's a nice like wine colored palette. I have loved this one. She's Got Solstice. This is like an everyday color story for me, so I have really enjoyed that one. This is by the Rosé. Bigger pans here, also a very wearable color story for me. I don't think there's a Super Shock in this one. Maybe that one right there. It's hard to tell. That's Taupe. I got this because it's popular, not because I really care for cool tone shades. I'm actually not a huge fan of this palette because I think cool tone shades look terrible on my skin because I'm so fair. Bling Time I really like because again, it's just a pinky wearable color story. I feel like I traveled with So Fly, because I don't know, for whatever reason, I just love these two shades together. Like on fair skin, I think they look really good, and then you have a pop of color. This is Going Coconuts. This is another one I bought because it's really popular, not because it looks good on me. I feel like it looks muddy, if I'm just being honest. But you know, with fair skin, I don't know, for whatever reason, I feel like you have to have like the right undertone and like the right colored eyes so that this doesn't look bad, or it could be in my head, I don't know. But it looks good on a lot of people. I just don't feel like it looks good on me. Off Melrose, I do really like this. It does have like one pressed glitter, but if I'm going for like cool tones, I feel like this one would be the one I would reach for because you've got some cool tones, but you also have some warm tones in there. I don't know. Menage a Moi. This is like, I don't know, just my perfect mauve. I just love that. This one is huge, Getting Fresh. I traveled with this. A lot of spring colors. I feel like this came out like last year in the springtime, but also some wearable colors too. I don't know. I think the quality on this one wasn't as good as like some of the little ones. And then LA Girl, just totally underwhelmed by this. The shimmers were like pretty bad. Some of them are like straight up toppers, and I don't know. I feel like that one is way better than that one. And like some of them are just different. They're not consistent, and they're also not fantastic either. And some of the mattes are like really on the powdery side. So I don't know, somebody said that LA Girl was stepping up their eyeshadow formula game, and this one is, sorry, Dazzle All the Way. This was like a Christmas release last year. I don't believe it because that palette was not great. This one was also not great from ColourPop. This is Flirty Talk. This came out this year, February. Look at this shade. Is this supposed to be not ColourPop? Is this supposed to be a Super Shock? What happened? It got messed up in manufacturing. Like, I buy that this one is a Super Shock, but I don't think it is actually. But this Super Shock came totally defunct. Like, it's not good, it's gross. And I don't find like a huge variety in the shades. Like these four. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all look so similar on the eyes that I didn't really enjoy that. So I'm holding on to it for my 2023 eyeshadow ranking. I already did it for the palettes that I have tried this year, but I'm gonna do a full one at the end of the year and that one will be in it. So I'm not gonna get rid of it just yet. The Troublemaker palette launched, I wanna say October. It's a really cool tone color story. It's just my attempt again at trying cool tones to see if they work. I like some of these shades, but then some of the cooler tones, I don't know. I don't know, they don't look good on me. And of course this one is so much deeper that it does look muddy. Okay, now on into Juvia's Place. I love Juvia's Place, the Blushed Rose. Oof, this fiery shade here, you guys. I love me a shimmer like that. I love this palette. I don't know why, but the depth in it and like having these two like more burnt shades inside of like a more warmer toned pink, like it works. This is such a good palette. It's one of my favorites. The mauves, also really good. Wish this wasn't a topper. Wish it wasn't a topper. Like such a bummer for me when my favorite colored shimmer is a topper, but other than that, it's great. The Saharan, kind of fun, kind of cool. Probably only worn this twice, but I don't know. I like the quality on Juvia's. It's like, you know, I won't declutter them and it's hard not to buy them because the quality just, I know it's good. Nubian 3 Coral, kind of fun. Probably again, only worn this twice, but the warm toned oranges is like a kind of a staple for me. I wear those a lot. The Nubian, the original, very brown, but it's also warm toned, so I like it. This is probably my least favorite palette of all of them. This is the Candy Shop. It's, I don't know, it's just different. Like you get a lot of toppers in here, just shimmers that are okay and not great from Juvia's Place, and the mattes in here weren't overly pigmented, and I got some over blending with the deeper shades. So I love this one the least. This was not the greatest quality in comparison to the other ones. This is their newest Culture 2 palette. You guys, don't underestimate the bomb diggity-ness of this. This is so good. I can't believe I just said that. Every one of these shimmers is good, even though it's not the same formula. What did I swatch? Can't even tell on my fingers. Like, they're so good, and the mattes are like, oh, dude. Every one of these shades is great. Even it's a mixture of pressed pigments and shadows. This one is a pressed pigment, and it's like kind of on the powdery side. Which one did I have a hard time building? It might have been this blue. Was it this blue? I don't know. One of these mattes I had a hard time building, but everything else is just so, so gorgeous. This is the highest priced palette in this whole lot. It's 38 bucks, but it's still like super awesome quality. Okay, that is it for the eyeshadows, you guys. I'm gonna take a break and then we're gonna come back and do lips. I feel like this video is gonna be 3 hours long because lips probably will go on for days. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I almost forgot about lip liners, so I'm glad that I didn't miss them. I have 3 randos out here that don't, like they're just singles by themselves. So I have one from Wet n Wild. This is one of their gel lip liners. This one is in the shade Plum Together. I feel like I have a lot of plums and I don't reach for plums that much. It's nice and creamy. I do like these retractable ones. Like mostly, I know people have generally a preference on what they like, but I tend to like those ones a little bit more. I don't know, I just am in a hurry a lot of times and I really hate sharpening pencils. This one's a fairly new release. This is the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner. This is like a waterproof one. It's super creamy, but it's also like really long lasting. I'm really enjoying this and I'm feeling like I need to pick up a new one. They also like have a sharpener in here for a really affordable liner. I feel like Essence does a good job. What shade is this in? Oh, it's in Cool Mauve. It's on the sticker at the top. I actually really like this shade. Like this is an everyday kind of wearable shade for me. And one from Milani, this is their color statement liner. This is actually one that you have to sharpen. This is in Nude. And I usually, like, once they get to the point where they need to be sharpened, I stop reaching for them because I'm like so lazy. I think they do a good job on this. Like, it's not bad. It's just not as like creamy as those other two, for example. I have 2 from LA Girl. They're really pigmented liners. These are almost like lipsticks. Oh, look at this. This one broke. And there you go. It's a sharpenable kind. These are almost like lipsticks. They're just so like pigmented and opaque. I'm not even gonna be able to like sharpen that one. Let me swatch it right here. They have like a lot of texture to them. Like they're really thick. So if you layer this up too much, then they start to kind of pill up. So I don't know, they're just not my favorite quality. I'm gonna have to sharpen that one. That one is in the shade, I literally have lip liner everywhere. It's in the shade Mauve. I guess these are called their nude lip liners or Shockwave nude lip liners. Anyway, they're nice, but they're also, again, just a really kind of like thick texture. And so yeah, you kind of have to like that. I don't know have any other liners that are like this. I just kind of find it really interesting that it does that. This one is in the shade Karma. I mean, I like them. They're just on the thicker side. Both of those are pretty. I feel like I am basically like plum and mauve colors. Like that's what I go for mostly. I have two liners from NYX. These are just their lip pencils. They're normal sharpenable lip pencils. I have Nude Pink and Peekaboo Neutral. I want to say that these shades are like really similar to one another. Yeah. This is the Nude Pink and then this is Peekaboo Neutral. They're pretty similar. This is like, I want to say like a cooler tone pink, and then this is a warmer tone, even though it calls itself nude. I have three from NYX that are the retractable liners. I don't know, I kind of feel like I prefer this formula better than this, but a lot of people really like these nude NYX ones, not nude ones. 4 shades here. So these are just like a creamier formula than the other two sharpenable kind from NYX. And so that may be why they're people's preference. I just kind of prefer something on the creamy side, like an in-between creamy and maybe a little bit more dry so it stays a little bit longer, but I don't use them that often. And so I don't know, I tend to find myself reaching for creamier kind of retractable liners. So this shade here is in Nude Pink, and then this next one is in Jewel. That is Nectar, and then this one is in the shade Plum. And then finally, I have 4 from Juvia's Place. I really like this formula. I'd say it's like a long-lasting retractable pencil. These are, I don't know, they're just some of my favorites. These are called their Luxe Lip Liners. This one is in the shade Lush. These are nice and creamy without like fading off really fast. This more brownie one is in Sweet Nothing. I feel like these are getting on like the lower side. Like I've almost used them up a little bit. Then I have Love Me, which is like this warm toned, I want to say pink is kind of what it looks like. Yeah, Love Me. See, they're just like on the creamier side. They're not as dry as the next ones are, but they're still really long lasting. And then a pretty brownie shade. This one is in Cola. That's them. Okay, that is it for lip liners. Let's move on into the rest of the lip products. These are glosses and like lip oils from the drugstore. I have 2 other categories. One is like stains and mousses, different things like that, liquid lips, and then bullets. So let's go over these. I have 6 of the Maybelline Lifter glosses. I think these 3 are from the Candy Drop collection that just dropped. No, just kidding. These 4 are from the Candy Drop collection that just launched, and there is a 5th, but I didn't pick it up. I have had like other ones. I've replaced this one I think at least once. These are available on Ulta now, but when they first came out they were like only available on Amazon and Walmart online. I have done like a full swatching of all of my lip oils and lip glosses on my channel pretty recently, so I think some of these were in there, not all of them, but a lot of them were. I just got, I think, a replacement of this one pretty recently, so if you are interested in seeing like my full lip collection, it is online right now. Let me swatch all of these for you. Okay, so this one, if I'm remembering correctly, wow, these are like hard to get back on. This one is Peach Ring, that's Sweetheart, that's Taffy, and that is Gummy Bear. I really like these. I don't know, they're just really comfortable. They're pretty thick and they're super high shine. I think they retail for about $9.99 or $10.99, one of the two, so they're not like the least expensive in the world, but I really do enjoy this formula. So those are those 4. And then I also have 2 from probably, I don't know, I feel like this is the original launch and this may be later. This one I think is in Pearl. It just has like a nice like silver kind of sparkles to it. Pretty sure this is in Pearl, yeah. And then this one is in Petal. I like all of these. They're just, I don't know, like great everyday glosses. Like, you can't go wrong. I don't know anybody who doesn't like these. Then I have 2 of the Yummy glosses from CoverGirl. I think I actually have 4 in total. One is at work, and then the other one is in my purse. I really, really like this. I would almost say that these are like a cross between a lip gloss and an oil because they're just on the smoother side. So this one is in the shade Laugh Endure. I feel like I have, it's a Cosmo or something like that at work. They're just really, really smooth. And this doe foot applicator is like the softest, chunky doe foot applicator I've ever tried. See how smooth they are? I swear they're almost like lip oils. This one is in the shade Sunrise Blush. This is a brand new release for them. They just came out with, I want to say 6 new shades, and I picked up this one. They have a lot less pigment to them than the lifter glosses, but they're so soft and comfortable. I highly recommend those. I have some lip oils here from LA Girl. These don't have any real tint. I feel like I had a 4th. I don't know where the 4th is. I might have given the 4th to my daughter. I really don't keep glosses that long, or lip oils, because my daughter loves lip products. They're all really, really sheer. They don't have like any real pigment to them. Their shade names are basically what they smell like. So this one is Sheer Watermelon. They have a really strong scent to them, but it's not like it gets in your mouth. Like, you don't taste it. It's a very, very slight sheen, but again, the name is mostly like what you're getting in the scent. This one's called Sheer Strawberry and is just straight clear. And then the last one has like a little bit, and those are hard to manage. It has a little bit of shimmer in it. I don't know if you guys can see like the glitter. This one is in Shimmer Grapefruit. Again, just a really clear shade. It just has those like tiny sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see the sparkles, but it's a really soft, very smooth, very comfortable formula. Little bitty sparkles in that. This one smells like grapefruit. I have a lip oil here from Essence. This was part of the Pumpkins Pretty Please collection that they launched in November that went along with the palette. So that's, I think, just the shade. Pumpkin Kisses and Autumn Wishes is what it's called. They don't make this anymore. So I'm pretty sure you cannot like get this, but Essence does have like other lip oils. It has just a slight orange tint, very, very slight. It's also just a super comfortable formula. I have one of the NYX Fat Oil lip drip oil. I don't know if you know that. I always get tongue tied when I say this. This one is in the shade Follow Back. This is my second Follow Back, and I have other shades. I have some in my car, and I think I have one at work. So I want to say I have 3 total, but I had 4 like originally. They're just super lightly tinted. I almost don't feel like they're an oil. They're more like a gloss because they're on the sticky side, but I still like them. This one has like a little bit of like shimmers in it too. I have the 5 lip oils from Moira Beauty. These are the Glow Getter Lip Hydrating Lip Oil. These are like tiny little doe foot applicators. They're actually like quite pigmented, and they feel more like a gloss than a lip oil. I feel like when companies are coming out with like their version of lip oils, they're quite all over the place. They're not formulated the same, but these 5 launched all at the same time. These are probably, I want to say like within the last 3 months have released, but they have, I feel like, had other lip oils in the past. These ones are just called Glow Getter, I'm pretty sure. So this first one here is in Soft Peach. The names don't really match. This one is Tea Berry. They're all quite similar in shade too, but I don't think the names match what they are, because this one's like Lovely Rose and it's very close to the shade next to it. This one here is Only Smooches. These are a really, really sticky formula. Like, they're high shine, but they're on the sticky side. So they're like a super pigmented gloss rather than a lip oil, if I am describing them. This one is all Au Naturel. I like all of these. Like, they do translate slightly differently on the lips, not entirely. As you can see, these ones are very similar, and then these ones are very similar. This Au Naturel one, though, is more like mauve and less purple. So they do have distinctions when they get to the lips, but they're just super, super sticky. They have a nice shine, and they last a good amount of time. They're just on the sticky side. Yeah, they're like super sticky leftover. I have a topper here from Profusion. It's called the Sparkling Lip Topper. I think this is actually kind of fun. Does this have a shade? No, no shade. It's just this like iridescent gloss, but yeah, it's like, it really is kind of a nice topper because it has that iridescence. It's a non-sticky formula. It's super soft and super smooth. So those like little glitters in there, they don't like translate to your lips. Like it's not chunky or anything. It looks kind of chunky, but it's my hand hair. Then I have one of the new Squeeze Me lip balms from e.l.f. This is such a little product. Like it goes all the way down there, and I've used this like one time and like swatched it once. Not a whole lot of product. I like the formula. Like it's a comfortable balm, but I feel gypped even for $4. I like don't even want to bring that much out because it's such a little product. I feel gypped for $4 that like, that's, you know, it's such little product. It's nice, like I said, and it's comfortable, but I also have like a gripe. This is in strawberry. This package is straight up orange. This looks like peach to me. And it smells good, but I don't know that it smells like strawberry. I just feel like the other Ride or Die lip balms, you got a lot more product than it's starting right here for a brand new package. So I don't know, I have some criticisms about that one. I have one gloss from Juvia's Place that's like from their permanent line. This one is in Cis. This is such a pigmented, like super thick gloss. It's not sticky though. It's almost like super thick and pigmented, but almost like a lip oil because it's really not a tacky formula at all. So I like Juvia's Place glosses. I have one of the This Is Milky glosses from the UBE, I don't know what Ube Milkshake line. I'd never know what shade this is in because it just says like Tim. Like, I don't know, is the shade Tim? Maybe it's Tim, who knows? I love this. This is, again, almost like a lip oil because it's just so smooth. It smells good and it's nicely pigmented and it's a really nice shade. I prefer This Is Milky gloss with the like milkshake on it as opposed to like the other formula. I have one here that's the butter gloss. This is in Madeline. This is really milky too, but it's not the same. It like doesn't have as much pigment to it. It's, I don't know, like a thinner formula, and it's okay. I don't really like the shade. So like on me, it kind of washes out my lips. I wish I had picked differently and then I might enjoy it a little bit more. Two lip oils from Milani. They're Fruit Fetish lip oils. I've had another one, but my daughter took it, or let's just say I used it up. I don't know. I have a cherry lime and a raspberry peach. These are, again, they're really soft and like sheer and kind of lightly pigmented. Like not a lot of pigment translates to the lips once you rub it in. They're just a super comfortable lip oil though. Oh, this one's even more sheer, I feel like, than the other one. Yeah, it is. They give your lips like just this beautiful like tint with like a little bit of hydration. It's just, this one for sure in cherry lime has more pigment than the other one. I have Juvia's Place glosses from the Candy Shop collection. There came with 5. My daughter has the 5th or has used it up. This was the Choco Milo. So they all came swirled. I have like used them. So like the swirl is not like in the packaging. It's in the design of the liquid itself. So I like all of these shades. These remind me a lot of the Moira Glow Getter ones. I honestly think the Moira Glow Getter ones are more like glosses than lip oils. Because they feel just like these Juvia's Place ones and they have tack to them. So they really do feel like a gloss. This one is in Pineapple Pearl. So not as much pigment. I think this one is in, yeah, Strawberry and Cream is what it's called. These are a different formula than the other Juvia's Place gloss that I swatched for you. They're just, I don't know, they're thinner. They're not as thick, but they're still really nice. This one is in Bubblegum. I like them because I do think that they're like long lasting and like I really like the pigment on them. It's nice to kind of have more sheer glosses and lip oils, but also have some like pretty high shine ones that have some pigment to them. Okay, 2 more here. I have one of the Super Lustrous glosses from Revlon. Look how sticky my hand is. This one is nice. Like it's just a more sheer formula with like little bitty sparkles in it. It's, you know, it's tacky, it's pretty sticky. I don't know, it's pretty expensive. I find that Revlon can be pretty pricey. This one is in the shade Blissed Out. This is a Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper from Milani in Luminoso. So this was part of their Luminoso line that just recently like came out. They did like an eyeshadow palette, I want to say, and then this lip gloss. I don't find that it's overly plumping. It's just a sheer pink shimmery gloss. That's kind of what that is. So that's it for the glosses. Let me pull out, I want to say, do I do the lip stains? You know what? I think I'll do the lip stains, liquid lips, and like the creams, and then we'll do the bullets last. Okay, let's see if I can do this next section before my battery dies again. So these are like lip creams, I don't know, liquid lips, lip stains, that sort of thing. So I have two here from Profusion. This was from their Social Butterfly collection. I showed you guys the blush that came from this collection. These are the soft matte lip creams. Oh, Ethereal Butterfly collection. Maybe that's what it was. These are like just whipped lip creams. They're okay. Like, I don't know. I don't love the shades, I guess is what it is, but they're a super soft, like smooth formula. This is in Delicate, and then this one is in Alluring. It's just that they're like really, really orange, and like I had a third, but like it basically exploded. And these doe foot applicators, this one feels like it's gonna fall off. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I held on to these two shades because they're like okay, but the other one was a straight purple. I feel like this one from Pixi, the Tint Fix in Calm, is very similar to these ones. Just, it's a thinner formula, but like it's kind of a lip cream. Actually, maybe it's more like glossy. I don't know. It's like a whipped texture, but like it's thinner. It's more sheer than the other two, not as pigmented. But yeah, I mean, kind of just like that same whipped texture. I'm getting a terrible swatch at this angle, sorry. I have another one that's like a whipped formula, in my opinion, the NYX Lingerie XXL. This one is in Expose Me. It's called the Matte Liquid Lipstick, but it's also like this really whipped texture. So yeah, pretty similar to this one. These two rather, it just doesn't have a lot of shine, like it dries fully matte. I think the vinyl ink, it's pigmented. Oh, look at cat hair. It's pigmented and it's like almost whipped, but it's one that like stays glossy. It's not the best formulated product. I know a lot of people really enjoyed this, but I kind of think like the pigment underneath, what dries down, ends up like breaking up on me. This one is in the shade Witty. So I like it, but I usually end up like topping it with something on top to like get it to lock down so that it doesn't break down on like the bottom layer. I have three more here from Profusion. These were from like one set. These are, I want to say they're like water lip stains. This one is in Hibiscus. I'm probably gonna have to swatch these pretty fast. Yeah. This one is in the shade Watermelon. I actually do really like these, but they stain pretty quickly. And then this one is in Grapefruit, this like orangey shade. So super comfortable. They smell delicious. They have like a nice shine to them, but it does fade off and then gives you like a good tint. Let me show you. I'll just like wipe it off. See, like, so this one, the one that I had on the least amount of time, didn't stain as quickly, but the other ones leave just like a nice stain to the lips. This is another lip stain, but it's like a glossy tint lip stain from LA Girl. I actually really like this. I think it's formulated like really well. It's really soft. It's slightly shiny. It's so smooth though. And it's like, I don't know, just this really pretty shade. Like these are really good. Nobody talks about these, but I actually think these are really good. This is in Sheer Bliss. It has like an iridescence to it. I picked this up at CVS pretty recently. I don't know. If you guys are into like thin formulas that just give your lips like a wash of color and a tiny little bit of shine that fades off beautifully, I think these are worth checking out. Another, I don't know, I feel like this one is very similar to the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink. It's the Revlon Colorstay Satin Ink. I think it's better though. Like it has more of a gloss to it and it doesn't like break down funny, even though it's like, I don't know, like it definitely dries down. It just dries down better than the one from Maybelline. I've had this for a little while. I just don't use it that often, but I do think it's like a really good product. This one from the Creme Shop is like basically a dupe to the Fenty Popsicle. This one is Permanent Popsicle Lip Juice Stain. You guys wait till I swatch this. You're gonna die. It's like, it's basically ink. Like that's what it is. It reminds me so much of the Fenty Popsicle, which I do have and I keep it in my purse. But yeah, it stains almost immediately. It's one of the most like staining ones that I have. See that? I've totally wiped it off. I don't even know if I can get it off now. Now I'm scared. I feel like we're gonna have to abandon ship. This is like not coming off. It's actually better than the Fenty because it's so much more staining than that one and it's pretty inexpensive. I've never seen anyone try that one on camera. But yeah, this one is in Peach Please. They come in vibrant shades just like the Fenty Popsicle. I feel like it was made to basically be a dupe for that. So if you like the Fenty ones, I would say check that out. These are from L'Oreal. I always forget what these names are. They're called like the Glossy Lip Balm or something like that. They have like a weird name to them. This one is in the shade, oh geez. Oh, here it is, Be Independent. These are so unique in my collection. They're like this sheer, I don't even know how to describe it. Like they leave a tint on the lips, but like they're sheer, but they stay glossy like forever. I don't know. It's almost like, I can't even describe it. They're just everything that they say they are. Glossy lip stain balm. I don't know. That's kind of what they are. They're super unique. I also have Be Outstanding. They're just so cool and so comfortable, so smooth and lightweight. I don't know. They're so much better on the lips than the swatches that I'm doing right now. But yeah, can never remember what those names are, but they do sell them like basically at every drugstore where L'Oreal is sold. I have one from Maybelline. I don't like this one very much. This is one of the Ultimate Color Sensational matte lipsticks. This one is in the shade More Honey. It's just on the drier side. That's all it is. It's just kind of like a dry formula. And I don't know, for whatever reason, it's not like my creamiest matte lipstick and I don't love it that much. One from Neutrogena. This is the Moisture Smooth Color Stick in the shade Soft Raspberry. I think this is awesome for like this boost of hydration and like semi-sheer. It's like middle of the road. Like it's not overly pigmented, but it has like a little bit of sheerness about it. You know what? I'm gonna throw it on right now. It's so comfortable and it smells so good. It's like, I don't know, it's fruity. Yeah, that's comfy. I have one here from Flower Beauty. This is the Plump Up Gloss Stick in the shade Spicy. This is one of those like clickable pens. Oh look, my daughter's been on it. This one is like, it's like a thicker chapstick. It's really moisturizing. It's really hydrating. It has more pigment than like a chapstick. It's not a dupe for the Maracuja Juicy Glow. I feel like these are better. In my opinion, I feel like they're more manageable. They have less goopiness about them with still having like decent pigment and decent shine. So these are awesome, in my opinion. I also wanted to show you guys these. I just picked these up from Juvia's Place. They are the 5 new lip oils that they have. And I haven't even, like I've swatched one, but I haven't even really messed with these because I was gonna do a short on my channel. They have mango, sweet orange, blueberry, honeydew, and watermelon. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna like swatch them all out. I'll just kind of like show you guys what they look like because I don't wanna give too much away. But here's the packaging. They all are just like slightly tinted, I think. So wanted to show you those ones, little teaser. Okay, bye. Let me pull out all of the bullets and that will be the last section. Okay, final category, bullet lips. There's some other ones in here that aren't bullets. For example, the LA Girl Prism Lip Palette. This is a brand new release for them. And I wanna do a short on this as well, seeing what like colors I can mix with this. I haven't even touched it yet. It's got like basically a full rainbow and then one, like I wanna say, like it's like a glitter shade. I don't know like how chunky it is, but I picked this up and I want to see what I can like build with it, like what different colors I can make and see what the formula is like. I don't know, I was interested in that, so haven't tested that yet. I have some, I feel like they're balms in here. This is a like chapstick balm thing. Yeah, the Lip Balm Sorbet by Winky Lux. It's sorbet because it's like, you know, I don't know, just look at, I'm so stained everywhere. It's basically mostly pink just comes off, but it's like a nice balm. It's like comfortable. It's mostly just fun to look at and kind of overpriced. Honestly, it's comfortable and it's pretty sheer, but it does give you like a little bit of wash of color. You just don't get anything other than pink. Then I feel like that's kind of it. These are balmy like. This one, I'm sorry, these ones from ColourPop are the glowing lips. What shades do I have? Candy Kisses, which I really do like this shade. It's very unique in my collection. And then Red Hot. These are on the sheer side. Oh, that one's not sheer. Maybe it's that one that's sheer. I felt like these were on the sheer side. I don't know. Anyway, they're really, really comfortable. Maybe they're not sheer. I'm remembering. No, see, this one's like a lighter pigment, but it's not sheer. It's just a light color, so I'm tripping. But they're just really, really glossy, super comfortable formula. Actually, nicely pigmented now that I see them again. I actually have one more here from SheGlam. This is one of their matte formula bullet lips. This is in priority status. I think I held on to this because I really liked this shade on me. It's like such a nice mauve shade. And then one that's very similar, but is like one of my favorite matte formulas is from Juvia's Place. This is a Mauve Moment. It's like very, very similar, but it's a better formula than the SheGlam. It's softer, it's more opaque, more pigmented. These ones from Juvia's Place are probably some of my most comfortable like matte drugstore formulas. The next ones would have to be the ones from Milani. One of these is not the matte formula. It might be this one. No, look at that. I feel like my daughter's been in here messing with them. This one is in Peony. She messes with a lot of my lip products, you guys. It's her favorite makeup category. But this integrity of this one is like, I don't know, it's losing it. This one is one of the matte formulas. Maybe this is the only matte one that I have, but it's very similar to the Juvia's Place, just very comfortable. I would almost say like the Milani is more powdery, so it's a little bit softer, but then this one has like a little bit more shine to it, just a little bit less powder, but they're both great. I think they're probably comparably priced. I feel like these ones are the different formulas. These ones are like the glossy ones. These are in Lingerie and Lustful. Yeah, these ones are like basically the balms. They have good pigment, but they're balm-like. And Lingerie. And I just love these. Like everyone talks about this formula, but nobody talks about these ones. And I think these are super, super comfortable. Great for everyday wear. Like throw in your purse. Nice. Then I have one from Winky Lux. Oh, I used to love this. It had like a little kitty imprint in it. It's a really beautiful shade. It's such a comfortable, like, I don't know, cream formula. I don't know, it's really nice. I liked it. I don't know, it's just so cute. And like on the lips, it's actually really nice and it's very hydrating. I have a couple from Moira. I have to make some space here, that are new to me, and I cannot remember. This is the signature lipstick, but I cannot remember if it was like which ones were new releases. I feel like these ones were new and these ones were part of their permanent line, but it could be backwards. I can't remember. This is Burgundy Noir. I've only tried this once and it's just, I don't know, it's maybe too deep of a shade for everyday wear. Like once it gets to my lips, it's like really, really deep. I don't know, is it deeper than the rest of what I'm swatching? Probably not, I don't know. Then these ones are called their Defiant lipsticks. This one is in Melrose. A more wearable shade. I feel like these are almost like a satin formula. Like they're not fully cream. This one is in Rosalie. Oh my gosh, I remember. I haven't even tried this one yet. I got it because this shade is like super vibrant and I was like, oh, that would be fun. Like, let me just get it. I haven't even used it because like, when am I gonna use it? But anyway, I wanted to hold on to it or I wanted to get it because it looked fun. Well, my hand is drying. Let me show you this one. This one's from 4th Beauty. This was part of the, I wanna say, the Valentine's collection that ColourPop launched, and they included the cherry lip balm from 4th Beauty in it. I'm not gonna swatch it. Oh wait, this is the lip balm, it's not the scrub, so I can swatch it. It also came with a lip scrub, so that's why I thought it was this one, but I think, I don't know, it put it in the bathroom or something. There's nothing to really swatch here. It's just like super sheer. It smells like cherry, like, I don't know. It's nice to throw in your purse and get some hydration. This one is from Luna Magic. They do sell this at CVS. This one is in NYC. It's really cool packaging. That's basically why I picked it up. And it is a full matte formula. So it's really nice. It's a pretty shade. It's not like the most comfortable matte formula ever, but it's nice. I think the two that are really, really comfortable matte formulas, this one from W7 is called their Lippy Chic. This is the cream one. This one's the matte one, sorry. This is the Ultra Cream Lipstick. This is the brand that dupes other brands. It's obviously duping MAC. This one is in the shade Banter. It's really, really comfortable. It's like the Milani ones. It's like this powder formula. I would almost say that even though they call this cream, it reminds me of the Powder Kiss formula from MAC, and I think it's a tremendous dupe. It's just better almost. This one is also from W7. It's the Major Mattes. This one's duping the Huda Beauty. The cap on it is not so good. Like, it doesn't stay on there. This one is in the shade Modest. Look at that. Super smooth, super opaque. Again, I have the Huda Beauty matte formula and I think this is better. So if you like those, you guys, you should check them out. They are on Amazon. They do have their own website. They are out of the UK, so I try and get the stuff on Amazon, but they also are now carrying it in my CVS. I think this one's a satin formula from Essence. Yeah, it's the semi-matte, so it's not quite satin. This one is in the shade 01 Freaky. You can tell how hot it is upstairs. The lipstick is like sweating. I love this shade. It is such a comfortable formula. I love this lipstick. Super inexpensive. One from Catrice. I cannot remember what the heck this is at all. It's called Divine Femininity. It's their Shine Balm lipstick. I feel like this is almost a new release too. Shine Balm? Shine? I don't know. Okay, it's kind of shiny. I like the color. Couldn't even remember that I had this. LA Girl has, or LA Colors has the cream lipstick. This one is in the shade Angelic, sorry. I think this is kind of an underrated drugstore formula, honestly. It's pigmented, it's creamy, it's comfortable. I don't know, it's like $2. So I hate this one. These ones are going viral right now from Revlon, the color Suede inks. And like people are like, wow, it's so pigmented. It's drying as heck. This is called Gut Instinct. I can't wear this on its own. I have to top it with gloss because it's such a dry ass formula. Like, I hate to say that, but like, guys, dry is dry. It's just not hydrating. Like, Milani does a better job than this. They're very similar in terms of like what they're trying to achieve. So go with Milani or go with Juvia's Place, but these ones aren't it. I have seen some people say that they really enjoy this formula, but it makes all my lip lines show. So I have one cream formula from Relove by Makeup Revolution. This one is in Create. It's a really fun, like, purple color. So different in my collection. And it's like $2, maybe $3. This is one of the Seriously Satin ones from e.l.f. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but I really liked this formula. I just thought it was really, really comfortable and nice and opaque. It reminds me of the one from Essence, but like even more shine. This one is in the shade Taffy. Okay, and finally from Beauty Bakery. I might as well throw this in because I threw in the powder from Beauty Bakery, but they do sell this at Ulta. I wouldn't say it's the cheapest thing, but they also sell it at CVS. So it is drugstore. This is a matte formula, I'm pretty sure, and this one is in Sonrisa Souffle. I just really like the Beauty Bakery stuff. It's always just so cute. Anyway, it's comfortable, super, super comfortable, not drying like the Revlon one. Like, you can almost see that it's dry just in comparison to some of the other ones that are still like a matte finish. I don't know. Anyway, that is it, you guys. I went through my entire collection with you guys. I hope you're still hanging on in there with me. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments whether or not you'd like to see a video like this for my luxury makeup collection and also my high-end makeup collection. I don't think those would be as long if I broke them up between high-end and luxury. But let me know in the comments below if that's something you want to see. I'm out of here, you guys. And I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye.